Welcome to MCN. Now it's the beginning of 2025 and Honda are on a roll. They're producing some fantastic bikes that cost very little. So you've got the CB1000 Hornet SP, which is under £10,000. You've got the new GB350S, which is £7,500. And best of all, you've got this, the GB350S, which costs £3,949. So this little Honda is powered by a single cylinder 350cc air-cooled engine. It makes 21 bhp. It's got a top speed of about 80 miles an hour, downhill with the wind behind it. And it's got a 5-speed gearbox. The first 4 gears are quite short and 5th is kind of like an overdrive. It's fuel injected and it's even got some electronic rider aids. It's got ABS and traction control. The chassis is a simple tubular steel frame with basic forks and basic rear shocks, and you've got a 19-inch wheel up front and a 17 at the rear. Now all that might not sound like much on paper, but what I love most about this bike is the attention to detail. It's made in Japan. The build quality, as new as it sits here, looks fantastic. I mean, just looking at it, I mean, this fuel tank is gorgeous. It kind of looks like it's got an enameled finish on it. You've got these raised Honda badges, fantastic little Monza style fuel cap. I mean, something like this wouldn't look out of place on a top level Ducati or Triumph. And, you know, this reminds me of an old 70s CB750 kind of style tank. 15.1 litres. Honda says it does a gazillion miles to the gallon. We'll have to test that today. You've got this seat, beautiful stitched seat. I mean, you'd probably have to pay extra for this as an accessory for some bikes. You've got the side panels, these nice raised. I just noticed you've even got a centre stand. That's amazing. Bungee hooks here, so you can strap your bag to the back of the bike. These shocks are really nicely finished. The engine is lovely. The exhaust is great. It's got a cat in it, obviously, but it's all covered up. Then we've got tyres. OE tyres normally aren't much to write home about, but these have got Metzeler Tourance necks on them, and they're brilliant. These come standard on things like Triumph Tigers and, you know, big premium bikes. So that's a really good sign. You've got little bungee hooks here by the shock. You can strap your bag to the back of it. The engine's really nicely finished. The clocks, you've got a nice mix of analog there with a little digital insert. I mean, it's not too overtly retro, but it's a nice kind of mix of both. Nice mirrors, which are pretty useful as well. I rode this, we didn't magic this here, I rode this here, and that's the first impressions are really good. Mirrors work well. Switch gear kind of looks a little bit bargain basement, but does the job. But everything on this bike, you know, you just stand back and look at it, and when you know, the rivals for this bike are the Royal Enfields of the world, the Triumph 400s of the world. You know, it's right up there, you know, if not better. It's got LED lights. It's got a little short mudguard there, fork gaiters. I mean, it's brilliant. And it sounds pretty good as well. So, it's a long stroke engine. It's got 2 balancer shafts in it. And Honda says it's got that nice little kind of single cylinder thud to it. Now, as it a nice chirpy little number, I think you'll agree. I think if you put a freer flowing exhaust on there, you'd get the full Goodwood Revival experience. Yeah, I'm impressed. But it may look nice. The big question is, does it ride as well as it looks? Let's go and find out. So, is it as good as it looks? Yes, it is. I spent all day on this bike and I'm very, very impressed. You know, it's a feel-good bike. You know, it hasn't got a load of performance. You're not going to be getting your elbow down on it, but that's not the point. This bike does everything it sets out to do really, really well. It's really characterful. That's one big thing. That single cylinder engine is really nice to use. The gearbox is nice and smooth. The first 4 gears are where you're going to do all your work. 5th is an overdrive gear, so it almost does the same speed in 4th as it does in 5th. All the controls are light. It's very Honda-ish, very easy to ride. For me, I'm 6 foot. It's very easy to manage. I would say though, I reckon that if you're a little bit smaller, the bike's quite wide and it's quite tall and the suspension is relatively firm. It doesn't squash down. So if you've got shorter legs, you might want to try one for size in a dealership. The thing that really impresses me about it is the handling, funny enough. You know, it's very simple, the chassis layout, the suspension hasn't got all the bells and whistles on it, but it's very well balanced and the tyres are really, really grippy. These Metzeler Tourance Next, even in damp conditions, you can throw this bike around really easily because it hasn't got too much power. It's not going to make the rear slide. You know, the brakes are powerful but not too sharp. So, you know, to ride it's easy, ride quality is really nice, it handles really nice, it goes well, it's got character. You know, I like all those little details I pointed out at the beginning. You know, the longer I spend with the bike, then you see some of the things that maybe aren't so nice. You know, there's a lot of cast metal parts, a lot of plastic parts, but, you know, it's built down to a price and it's under £4,000. There's a massive appetite for bikes like this now, as we've seen from the success of the Triumph 400s, the Speed and the Scrambler, the new range of Royal Enfields, you know, all these 400cc bikes that are affordable are absolutely selling like hotcakes. And I think that with that Honda badge and with the quality and the reliability and everything that's associated with Honda, a bike like this should be just as successful. And as I said at the beginning, Honda are on a roll with their big capacity bikes at great prices, and I think they deserve to do really, really well with this GB350S. And yes, it is very frugal. So we ran this all day, 15.1 litre fuel tank. It does 63 mpg, which adds up to a theoretical range of 210 miles, which isn't too shabby. I suppose the next step in the story of our test with this is to put it up against the Triumph and put it up against the Royal Enfield. So it'd be interesting to see where it lies. I think kind of overall performance and enjoyment won't be too different, but I think the Honda is going to shine in terms of its detailing and its quality and its kind of reassurance. The other bikes might have a little bit more character, but as it is, when I'm well impressed. You know, like I said at the beginning, it's easy to be impressed with all the Flash Harry bikes and maybe not a simple little roadster like this, but when it's so well executed, so well put together and rides so well and makes you feel so good, then it's a big tick from me. So that's it from us. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next video.
All right, mate, that's a wrap. So what, you
Thanks,
actually really liked it?
I did actually, it's really good.